Continuing coverage over at South by Southwest. Jeffrey Powers with Geekazine. Of course, we're here with Charles Yim from Breathometer. I gotta say it, it's like thermometer with the breathometer. And of course, you might have seen him on the hit show Shark Tank, where you actually went and got the Series C funding.
Series Seed. We closed what was nearly close to a $2 million round for a Series Seed. Yeah.
Now you also got all 5 sharks in, which wasn't a first for Shark Tank. They actually had somebody else do that, from what I was told. But you are the first person that's gotten the full Series C funding, and now you're going for Series A funding. So, and is that where Indiegogo comes in here?
Yeah, sure. So, I mean, in terms of the Shark Tank show, we're the first that actually closed all 5 on the show and after the show. And that's a big deal. So for all 5 years of the show, no one's done that. And so it's basically a milestone that hasn't been touched since. So I'm pretty happy about that.
Congratulations on that.
Thank you. So now we're moving into what is a Series A. We're raising around $10 million. And, that's going really well. Going back to how Indiegogo kind of helped us, they helped us obviously do a few things, right? They helped us validate the idea and obviously generate kind of the marketing interest that we wanted. But ultimately, we were able to acquire 4,000 customers, hit a revenue goal of $140,000, and we actually hit our $25,000 goal for the company within less than 12 hours.
Really?
So having said that, that kind of gave a lot of validation and credibility and legitimacy to the product and the idea. And ultimately, when I landed on the show Shark Tank, it's kind of a no-brainer, right? That was just, here it goes. It's been validated. This is an idea. And the rest of the kind of the process was to wrap it up, finalize the product so it's production ready. Now we're obviously on online retail like Walmart.com, BestBuy.com, Amazon.com, Newegg, RichardSolo.com. You can buy product from us directly on Breathometer.com. And now we're moving into brick and mortar retail.
So you went on Indiegogo first.
Yes.
And then you went on Shark Tank, and now you're going for Class A funding, but you're not using Indiegogo for Class A funding.
No. So
that's where I got it messed up the first time.
yeah. So I mean, it's kind of like a baby. You're walking, then you're running. So obviously in the early days, just in the idea phase, we went to Indiegogo to obviously kind of garner the interest and essentially the support of the Indiegogo backers. From there, that kind of validated it and also gave us the momentum. Then we went on the show. Then from there, now we're out in the market. We're generating revenue, and we're working on a couple other projects, if you will. Now, going for the A round to help with expansion in the international markets and ultimately develop more product under the Breathometer brand, because kind of our motto is we focus on the breath print. And there's more than just alcohol that we can detect through your breath.
Yeah. You talked about that on the show, and I think that's when I know for me, because it's like I've seen breathalyzer iPhone apps before. It's not the first time that's been around. But when you said you check your blood sugar level, that I was literally sitting in my chair, and all of a sudden I went, wait a minute, what? I was looking at my phone, and it's like, wait a minute, what? And gone from there. So blood sugar. What else would that be able to determine?
Yeah, so as a little history, recap in terms of, or background in terms of breathalyzers. They've existed since the 1950s. Medical breathalyzers really haven't had any real innovation since like the 80s, really, or 90s. And in terms of where we come into play, it's kind of 3 things. One is it's the portability, right? The old age consumer breathalyzers, even professional breathalyzers that are portable, not medical. Essentially they're the size of my hand. So they're not easy to carry around. 2, the price point's usually sweet spots around $120, $130 and up.
I remember the one in Sky Mall. There you go flying, and you see the one in Sky Mall is $199.
Right. I mean, average consumer is not going to buy it. Yeah. Anything above 100, I mean, that's tough, right? And what our focus is to, one, mainstream breathalyzers, but ultimately be able to diversify the technology so it can focus more than just alcohol. And so essentially we see ourselves as the world's first breath diagnostic platform for your breath print. And we're basically spanning the gamut in terms of what we can detect. So medical breathalyzers, they can detect everything from allergens, technically diabetes, basically cancer with roughly an 85% accuracy rate. So we partnered up with a couple medical organizations. For instance, one of them is UCSF Medical Center. And we're doing a lot of clinical trials and testing, if you will, on our own, and so that we can truly validate and perfect the product or technology. But going back to medical breathalyzers, since we came in the game, I mean, they're huge, massive, serious pieces of machine. They're expensive.
Yeah.
What we're bringing to the table is that we're able to make it portable, price accessible. Our product's only $50, so any average Joe out there can be able to just pick one up from the store and start using it right away. And lastly, in terms of the overall design, right? We're leveraging the cloud, and we can tell you more than just the breath alcohol content. Okay. Right.
So this is not your first rodeo either, is it? Yeah, from what I understand, is you started some other companies along the way, right?
Sure. No, definitely. So I've been a part of 5 startups. I'm a serial entrepreneur. This is technically my 3rd company that I founded. My last company I built and I sold in 18 months' time. It was focused on mobile kind of loyalty. So my background is really in mobile and web software, and built an amazing team that can help us kind of harness the power of hardware, and now we're really kind of focusing on building out the platform.
Yeah, and sticking with this product so it can go, right?
Correct, right. Okay. Just constantly perfecting this product, reinforcing it, making sure that the experience is exactly what we want it to be. So it's always going to be a work in progress, right? You're constantly improving, constantly learning, and I think the more talent we actually recruit on our team, just the better overall products that we'll be able to build for the company under Breathometer.
Perfect. Well, where do people go for more information?
You can find us, obviously, go directly to our site, breathometer.com. You can follow us on Twitter at Breathometer Inc., INC. And you can follow us or like us on Facebook at just Breathometer, facebook.com/Breathometer. Otherwise, we'll be in the space, and we're rocking and rolling, so I'm sure a lot of people will hear a lot about us, and we'll see us in retail stores soon.
What's the price point on the Breathometer right now?
$49.99.
What devices is the Breathometer for, and are you planning on making an independent phone device?
Sure. So in terms of platforms, we're on iOS and also Android, select Android devices.
And a standalone unit, any idea on that?
For now, no comment, but we're building something pretty special, and we're looking to release in the very near future. So.
Yeah, because I know, I'll tell you one thing. I come from a line of working in the bar business and live concert venue business. Sure. And today where bartenders are held very accountable for how much alcohol they give somebody before they throw them into a car. Having something like that in a bar would be easy for them to determine if for some reason they can't tell that the person's drunk and go from there. So that's why I had to ask the question if you got a standalone unit and go from there. But still, they can hook it up to their phones or whatever type of device that they can buy for their venues and go from there. So
our focus is to leverage essentially the kind of the smartphone trend, right? Because obviously I don't need to tell you, but in terms of the adoption for smartphones, it's everywhere, right? And it's just beginning to truly proliferate. So having said that, we want to leverage the most powerful computer on a person, right? And that is your smartphone. Yeah. So if you talk about building an independent device, we're more so focusing on converging with that adoption with smartphone technology. And I think that's what makes us innovative and what's enabled us to create a new product category in of itself. We're very different. We can leverage the cloud. We can offer very key user experiences whereby a standard traditional breathalyzer couldn't. You can just breathe into a traditional breathalyzer. The data is gone instantaneously, and it's just a really big, bulky piece of hardware. Okay. It's just not attractive. Okay. So that's where we come into play.
All right. Well, there you go. We got the information on there, where to go and get it, and of course the price. Wish you continued success, and I'd love to. I'm rooting for you on the Class A funding, and I'm pretty sure you'll get it. It's a great product. And getting in the medical area, being able to do more than just figure out the blood alcohol level will definitely make it a product of the future. So thank you very much, Charles, for your time.
Thank you very much.
All right. Well, there you go. Lots of great stuff. Shark Tank. Oh, well, who's your favorite shark?
I like all of them, but I work pretty frequently with Mark Cuban, almost on every day, if not every other day basis.
You're going to have drinks with him when he's here at South by Southwest, right?
Probably. So.
There you go. Lots of great stuff. South by Southwest with Shark Tank winner and Series 8. It could soon be Series 8. It could be a millionaire here with a great product here. And that's the cool thing about South by Southwest. Starting from a beginning, going to the end, and that's what Indiegogo is all about as well. So check it all my videos over at Geekazine.com. Of course, youtube.com/Geekazine. We'll see you at the next one.